Hey, so today I'll be covering Module 5 and the different issues presented in Greek life, student life programs, and residence life. Specifically, I'll be talking about hazing and harassment, which is commonly present in Greek life, drug and alcohol abuse, which is apparent in residence life, and lack of representation or diversity, which is seen in student life programs. So I'll start my discussion on residence life as I currently work in res life. And one of the most prevalent issues that I've seen is undoubtedly alcohol and drug abuse. Specifically, I work in a first year community, so I work with students who are experiencing college for the first time. So when students come to college for the first time, they're greeted usually with a new level of opportunity. They're able to kind of explore and try new things, and so sometimes that's where drugs and alcohol is introduced. Naturally, we do have a lot of incidents where students have gone past their limits on these substances and have threatened their own well being as well as the well being of other residential students. So, one solution that I would implement if I was the AVP for this area or for student affairs, I would create a core curriculum model for programming, which would be designed to support the academic and personal development of students in their first year. So programming in line with the core curriculum model would be implemented in Hall by Res Life staff such as student assistants or resident assistants. So, for example, this might include a drug safety program, something that I did when I was a resident assistant to kind of combat the drug and alcohol substance abuse was to collaborate with my institution's police department. They were able to come into the residence hall and have a drug and alcohol stimulation where students were able to see the effects of alcohol and drugs and learn about how to avoid those issues. So this initiative would be carried out by requiring the student staff or resident assistants to have a set number of programs each semester. And so all of the programs might not be designed to combat the issue of drugs or alcohol abuse, but some of the programs would be structured around that. Other programming ideas might include diversity, scholarship, navigating self and others. Those are just some other examples. Program proposals would be submitted by student staff just to make sure that they are hitting the targets of what we're asking for, and this could be approved by professional staff. So somebody like me in my current role as the assistant hall director, maybe I would be the one to approve or deny those program proposals. And then at the end of the programs, it would be a good idea to have a evaluation, which would be submitted by the students, evaluating their own program, maybe getting feedback from the students who attended the programs, and then submitting that into the professional staff, just kind of as a way to keep up with the data to see, how well the programs were intended, maybe see where there's room for improvement so that it can continuously be done year after year. So moving into a relevant issue of Greek life, I'll talk about hazing and harassment. Getting involved in Greek life organizations is a great way for students to build community at their institution. And in the book, according to Zhang, he says that they afforded a break from the academic rigors of college life and allowed for students to identify and develop their own activities. Usually for these Greek organizations, there is an intake process where prospects are subjected to harsh treatment and harassment before they're actually declared members. This is where hazing and harassment comes to play. As many chapters are communal living environments, which are sometimes located outside of the college community, is really hard to regulate those organizations. So, as AVP, I would form a committee for Greek life wellness, and this committee would work with the Greek organization's advisors to ensure that a special effort is made to regulate the safety of students involved in these organizations, as well as the prospective students who are intending to get involved in these organizations. So some initiatives that the committee might explore is a mandatory online module about hazing or harassment and other Title IV related issues. Um, these modules could be required of all members of Greek life, including those prospective members. And they could also implement some sort of compliance day where all members are intended to attend sessions on these issues, and that could be done maybe once a year. The way that I would carry this out is by working with the Greek life advisors who are already present on campus to identify some areas on where they could see improvement, and then enlisting the help of faculty or staff across the campus and inquiring who would like to be a part of that committee. So lastly, I'll talk about the lack of representation or diversity which is seen in some student life programs. So the book says that the goal of student life programs is to provide the opportunity for all students' personal growth, development, and education. And so what I'll say is that today American higher education is significantly different and much more diverse. Having a diverse student population is a goal that all institutions strive for, I would say, but having diverse programs that celebrate diversity should also be a top priority. Many students express concern when they don't have events or programs where they feel included or represented, and honestly that contributes to a lack of connectedness to the institution or feeling a sense of belonging to the institution. Diversity itself promotes personal growth and a healthy society. It challenges stereotypes, preconceptions, and it encourages critical thinking, and it helps students to learn to communicate effectively with people of varied backgrounds. So it is something that's very important. So we must continue to make strides in making sure that our schools and programs are as diverse as possible, just to promote the wellness of all students. So as AVP, I would celebrate culture and diversity by implementing a strategic programming model around inclusion and diversity. I would also form a diverse committee of members from different areas or offices on campus, maybe the Multicultural Center, someone from housing, someone from the financial aid office, someone from Greek life, just a lot of different offices could be involved in that, just to hold the campus accountable for these endeavors of increasing diversity in those student programs. Some ideas might include updating the university calendar with all holidays instead of just the national holidays, and incorporating events for special holidays such as Holi, Ramadan, Spanish Heritage Month, Black History Month, just to name a few. Also, making sure that the programs that we do have just have diversified representation. So something that we do at my institution is a speaker series. So having a diverse list of speakers would be something that I would employ the committee to ensure. I would also utilize assessment as a way to gauge how students are feeling about these initiatives and to what extent they feel included and safe at the institution. And I would analyze this data and use it in consultation with the committee to continuously learn, update the learning outcomes and strategic planning. Like I said, for this, I would enlist people from different offices. So that could be the directors of different offices. It could include students. There's a lot of different ways that I could go with that, but I think just having a diverse representation in the committee itself would kind of flow into the actual programming to benefit our students. So those are just my thoughts on the 3 different areas and some of the issues that I've seen in those areas. Thank you for watching. Have a great week.